All right, bada bing, bada boom. The DMC is back in your room. Thank you for joining me at this special time. Like I said before, we're going to try to do this as a Wednesday show every other Wednesday, and the times may fluctuate depending on the guest needs. So, without further ado, hold on one second. Let's bring on Rektangular.
Hey, I'm on the show.
You sure are. Thank you for joining us today, Rektangular.
What's up,
Now,
man?
not much. Why don't we start off? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself for the people that are new to the internet?
Oh my god. Well, I do have a YouTube channel. Until recently, I was doing quite a bit of leaking of Marvel Legends news, but Hasbro has done a good job of clamping things down pretty tight. So I very rarely post much on YouTube anymore.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I guess I was too good. They had to tighten the leaky ship. So.
I think so. Now, unlike those other shows that you've been on where they try to stifle your opinions and don't let you talk, this show is for the people. And we're going to let it all out there. So whatever you have to say, whatever grievances you have, now is the time. And thank you, Smash Lab Creations, for joining us today.
He's probably the only one watching right now.
He's the only one watching right now, but that's all right. Everybody's at work right now. That's why no one's on yet. But they'll slowly trickle in. I already know.
They're stuck in LA traffic.
That's probably what it is. All right,
Yeah.
so that's where all our fans are from, the LA area.
Yeah. So yeah, I was a collector as a kid. Just not really collecting, and just had a huge toy or action figure collection. Had a lot of GI Joes, some Star Wars, and a few other products lines, but I didn't start getting hardcore into collecting as an adult until after the first Iron Man movie came out, and that I had when I got out of the army, I picked up a bunch of the Star Wars Power of the Force figures in the mid '90s, like '96, and just kept those on ice. Thinking as a speculator, oh, this is gonna be worth something someday.
What a sucker!
Yeah, totally.
Were you wrong?
Yeah, totally. So, and then a few years later, I ended up just giving them away a bunch to friends who had kids. Just like, here, these are not worth shit now. And then that's when the Iron Man movie came out, and I started picking up they weren't Marvel Legends. They were Marvel Legends style, but they were Iron Man movie figures.
Like the concept series and stuff.
Correct.
Like that.
Yep, exactly. So I started buying those, and then I got my first and only hot toy. I have a knockoff Groot hot toy, but my only legitimate hot toy was an Iron Man from the first film, and the Mark III. Mark III was the red and gold, right? That was the Mark III, pretty sure. Yeah. So that and then I was getting more interested in collecting as an adult, and I was thinking, well, if I buy a bunch of more hot toys, I'm gonna be broke, and I'm not gonna have any room because they take up so much room. So I started doing research, and I found Boog and Shartimus on YouTube, and actually found this channel called Stop Motion Dickery, and they did really awesome stop motion with Marvel Legends. I was like, wow, what are these figures? that are so articulated, and they had like every character under the sun. And so I was like, I want those. So I had a few Marvel Selects at the time. I got rid of, I was like, I'm not buying these anymore. I'm not going to buy any more Hot Toys. I want to get into Marvel Legends. So that just took off from there.
So you weren't a collector from day one of the Toy Biz Marvel Legends?
No,
Healthy casual. Oh my goodness.
That's why it was, in a way, it was kind of a good. It was a good time to start. It was the return of Marvel Legends, so it was a really good jumping off point, because then when I backtracked, I could backtrack only the good Toy Biz figures that I wanted, and I could avoid a lot of the crap that like even the early Hasbro stuff.
There's no need to backtrack anymore.
No, I mean, unfortunately, I did, just because it's like I had to have
at the time.
That was the only version of that character, was just like a crappy, like the old Miss Marvel from Toy Biz, the Warbird. I bought crap like that because that was the only thing we had. But
you don't like Spider-Woman?
Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah, the Toy Biz had a few gems, but for the most part, there's no reason for a few Build-A-Figures are worth keeping, but everything else you pretty much can throw away.
Toy Biz will always have my heart. I'm just letting you know.
I mean, you got to give them props. I mean, for the day, for what they were, especially compared to other figure lines, they were way better.
No, for sure. Now you look at them and they're not as great as they were once were, but
yeah,
you can appreciate it for the time. I think they were ahead of the game when they first came out.
Yeah, and even still, the paint on a lot of those figures is still superior to what we get in Legends.
Yeah, Hasbro can't touch the paint because the money's not there anymore, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of Marvel Legends, a lot of news coming out lately.
Yeah, thank goodness today we got Galactus funded.
Yes, that I knew was going to happen. I wasn't scared of that. I knew that was going to happen because it's a devourer of worlds. No one's going to let that pass up.
Yeah,
I think we're going to wait till the last minute.
About halfway through, I was getting a little nervous. I was like, I think it's going to make it, but just barely by the skin of the teeth. But then momentum, like this past week, like it just started building and building. And I was like, okay, I think we're gonna be okay. Now it's just, can we get to Nova? And I think we're gonna get to Nova because there's only like 400 left to go to get her, and there's 5 days left.
Nah, that's gonna happen. I'm sure they're gonna show Silver Surfer tomorrow. I'm just curious to see what kind of Silver Surfer it is, because it has to be some kind of special Silver Surfer, because it makes no sense to make the exact same one that already came out.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they did that, just because they're, lazy and cheap sometimes. But I think they have to do something different for those of us who have, multiples of that.
Well, especially if they want to bring more backers, that's not going to entice anybody to get a Silver Surfer they already have.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's like
with the Sentinel, everything was new. Even the figures that they threw in were new, so they kind of went a little cheap with throwing in another Silver Surfer, but he's got to have something extra.
Yeah, I think at a minimum they need to put magnets on the figure and the board.
I think he's gonna be chrome, some kind of chromey look. I don't know about vac metal, but some kind of chromey look would only make sense. They went a little bit more, splurging with the money, with the funds that they have. I think they can make it happen.
I don't know. I mean, the paint job on the Walgreens version is so good already. Like, I don't know.
Maybe it's the Silver Surfer from the Fantastic Four movie, Rise of the Silver Surfer. Maybe that. You never know.
I just regret buying that stupid Aries Wave surfer.
Oh, I have that one. Yeah, that one's like the. No, that was wasn't that Planet Hulk surfer, the Aries Wave?
No, there was a Planet Hulk surfer, but I'm trying to think. I don't know. I know that I never bought that. I never bought that surfer.
Oh no, that was with Fin Fang Foom, I think. The Planet Hulk.
Yeah, you're right. And I also have the Toy Biz one that came with Howard the Duck.
Yep, got that one.
Yeah.
I like those little pack-ins that they would throw in every once in a while of extra characters. They didn't really move, but it was kind of cool to have a little extra character.
Yeah, I think Hasbro can do a better job of a magnet surfboard. That one had magnets in it. And I think,
what up, Star Marvel? Thanks for joining us.
I think Hasbro can give us a better version of that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now Todd was hinting on his Instagram, on his Facebook, that he had lots to say. Lots. Let's hear it.
Yeah, it's like totally going out the window now.
I was like, we're here to complain about Marvel Legends today.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I posted about recently, and since we're on the subject of Silver Surfer and Walgreens, is next week it's going to be September, and we still have not seen Nova from Walgreens.
I don't know if it's legit or not. I just saw a post today that someone found Nova. I don't know. Suppose this guy's in San Francisco, or I don't know. Everybody's trying to play detective on where he's at because, of course, he doesn't want to say where he saw it. So I'm assuming either he stole the picture, or I don't know. He's just being a troll about it.
Yeah, receipts or it didn't happen.
Hopefully it comes out soon. That's a nice looking figure.
Yeah, I've got several. Just say I have several.
Todd likes to pay those premiums to get the figures early.
Well, I have FOMO, man. It's real. It's like I'm too paranoid that figures that are exclusive that I can't live without. I'm willing to pay extra to ensure that I get it, because it was a pain in the ass to get Silver Centurion.
Yeah,
I had to drive all over the area to get multiples because only one was showing up per store.
Well, speaking of something like that, the reason why is because this is the worst time to be a collector. I think it is the worst time to be a collector. With everything selling out within seconds, pre-orders seconds, exclusive seconds, and I think it all has to do with the Rona. With everybody staying at home now, everybody had to find a new side gig. And I think everybody found out flipping figures or flipping collectibles, you can make a pretty good scratch off of that. And now that everybody got back to work, they said, why work when I can just flip? And I think that's what people are doing now. And it's making it even harder to find those exclusives. So Todd might be onto something to just pay that, maybe a little bit extra, just to ensure that you're getting that figure, because you're going to have a hard-ass time trying to find exclusives nowadays.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel like in the past year or two, it has just turned into a complete, flipper market.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be you could get the figure without the Build-A-Figure, just the figure loose for like 15 shipped, and now people are expecting to pay fucking $20.
Yeah, Yeah, give me the full price of what I paid for it, so I just keep the Build-A-Figure piece.
Yeah, and so
Like no.
yeah.
I see it in groups all the time. Just the other day, somebody's put up like 5 old He-Man comics. Okay, this is when Marvel was doing the Star comics, so it's mostly based on cartoons. He put up like 5 of them for like $500. Of course, everybody trolled him. Everybody ripped him a new one and said, "Look, you could get maybe $50 total for those 5, if that, and you can maybe get 100, 200 if they're all graded." So everybody thinks they have a ton of money at their house just by finding an old collectible or anything now. Everything now is turned into a premium, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember when eBay was where people just were trying to get rid of their junk.
Oh yeah.
We're trying to make, you're trying to fucking put your kids through college on eBay. It was just like, I have this shit, I don't want it anymore. Put it up there, and now it's like, no, it's all about fucking making a profit.
Oh, Star Marvel says my Walgreens just gave up carrying Legends. Yeah, the couple of Walgreens that I've gone to near my house, it's like almost they've given up on figures in general, just because they have such an old stock of figures, and they're just like, screw it, this is just all we have, and maybe we'll order some more, maybe we won't.
Well, they waited so long to fucking clearance out all those peg warmers, like all those Ant-Mans.
Medusas.
Medusa, Ant-Man, and God, I'm trying to remember. There was so many, like the.
Well, I still see Yellow Jacket at the Walgreens that I go to. I always get Yellow Jacket
From the.
from. I'm sorry, not Yellow Jacket. Wasp. I'm sorry, Wasp.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The
Wasp.
The Wasp and Ant-Man from the movie were everywhere, and a lot of the old Walgreens exclusives. Besides, I'm trying to think of who it was. Who else besides Medusa I would see everywhere? But yeah, it was like they took forever to fucking clearance those out, and now they're finally gone. And I haven't seen Legends in about a year. Yeah, Namor was everywhere. But yeah, I think I get really frustrated with collectors in Canada and the UK.
Yeah, screw those guys.
Because I think, especially in the UK, there's this misconception that because we have Target and Walmart and Walgreens everywhere, that there's like you can just walk in any store and find Legends. I haven't seen
a plethora of figures everywhere in America.
Yeah, they're like the fucking stock. The pegs are just overflowing with figures, and then they post pictures of their stores. Obviously they only have like mom and pop shops. Like
they're stocked better than Target.
Oh yeah, way. I mean, they're like pegs deep.
Like I don't think they understand. Like at Target, Walmart, they have maybe pegs to fill maybe 2 cases of Legends, and that's about it. All it takes is 2 collectors to come in, or even 1. Boom, they're gone, and they won't restock for a while.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous about it.
I went to last weekend. I went to and the weekend before. Like I've been going pretty regularly especially to Target. Walmart, not so often because there's not really many Walmarts around here. But I did go to Walmart last weekend. Not a single Marvel Legend at Walmart. The only figures this past weekend that I saw at 3 different Targets was the new movie figures. The Happy Hogan 2-pack.
Mm-hmm.
And the new Tony Stark, the Iron Man
Nice.
What the hell? I can't even remember what it's called, but the Infinity Saga Iron Man.
Mark 42 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So those are the only ones. I saw one Vision from WandaVision.
Oh shit.
And
I have the most luck with Walmart. By my house is Walmart will stock Legends more than Target. Target might throw out a case and that's it. The other day I lucked out and they actually had the Happy Hogan 2-pack, that Thor from the Infinity Saga.
Yeah, I saw Odin also.
And that's it. And I was like, wow, they actually had something. But any other regular Legends, they didn't have any. But I usually find more at Walmart. They stocked heavy on the last X-Men wave. On the Villains wave, they stocked it pretty heavy, which I was really surprised. Every day I come in maybe once a week, and it looked like they put out like a fresh case.
No, I've only seen. I saw Darkstar and Ironheart one day, and that was after I went there twice that day. And they said they have them in the back, but she didn't want to go back there and get them. I came back 3 hours later, and those two were the only ones on the. Actually, it was only I take that back. That on that day, the only figure that was left was one of the Iron Man, one of the modular armor Iron Man.
They're waiting for you to leave to put them out. That's what they do. That's what they do. They wait till you leave. Which I don't understand. When you're a store, you're trying to sell product. So if you have someone standing there and say, hey, I want to buy all of it, or I want to buy all this product, wouldn't you say, here you go, sir. Thanks. You know? Yeah. But it's like they want to make it difficult.
Yeah. That's beyond frustrating. I try to avoid hunting in the wild, but I'm such a psychopath when it comes to paint that I actively try to find figures in the store so that when I get my online orders, I can return the ones that have the worst paint. So because if I buy from Hasbro Pulse, they don't take returns.
Todd is a stickler for paint, people. In case you didn't know that, this guy is a stickler.
Yes.
You don't mess around with those paint apps.
Yeah, I mean, I can paint, but I shouldn't have to. Like, I shouldn't have to fix my fucking figure. And there's, especially gold and yellow are such a bitch to fucking paint. So I was lucky enough to hit up some dude on Facebook who had Darkstar with good paint, because the two that I got from Target's website, they're both fucked up.
Damn.
Yeah. So at least I have one good one, and I have another one coming in the mail. So yeah, it's a crapshoot. And most of the modular armor Iron Mans that I've seen have been pretty good, except for like on his rib cage, I've seen a lot of scuffs there. But that's a super nice figure, by the way. Do you have any of those figures yet?
No, not yet. I'm not much of an MCU collector.
That's not MCU. That's the comic book. The modular armor.
Which one? Show me.
Oh, you're gonna make me go dig it out, huh?
The modular armor. I'm trying to think. Oh, okay. Never mind. The one from Marvel vs. Capcom.
Correct.
No, I haven't got it yet.
Even though it's gold and not yellow.
Yeah, I would prefer it to be yellow.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna get a repaint, but yeah,
I agree with that, Star Marvel.
It is a gorgeous figure. They did a really, really good job on that. Excuse me.
No, I haven't gotten any of the new figs yet.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to complete my Ursa Major.
I'm always late to the game. That's how I am now. I'm just late. Trying to find a deal here and there.
Yeah, I finally bit the bullet and ordered Ironheart and Stealth Armor Iron Man from Hasbro Pulse. because like my pre-order hasn't shipped yet.
Bastards. Bastards.
Just like want
It's
to make.
when you do those pre-orders and everybody already has them in hand, and you're like, but I pre-ordered it. Why don't I have it?
Yep. Yeah, remember up until around 2014, if you pre-ordered a case of figures, you would get it way before stores would.
Oh yeah, like I think Entertainment Earth and Big Bad. Yeah, you would get that before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get
one of my local stores here. I think they have an account with Entertainment Earth, and so yeah, they would get it kind of earlier than more. The brick and mortar stores. So that was always nice. You could stop by there and get it before them.
Yeah, it's completely opposite now.
Like there's this shop in New York that I guess remains nameless that gets figures early all the time, and people buy them there, but no one wants to see what store it is.
Yeah, that hasn't happened for a while, for a long time. Like Boog would get shit early, but I think Hasbro really made the big box stores the focus. Target. Which
I think they should. they get the most money from them. So why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it makes
from a business standpoint,
It's just really frustrating that all these online resellers like Dorkside sometimes will get lucky and they'll get stuff first, but it's like you can't pre-order a case from Target. You have to order each individual figure. Same with Amazon.
But you would think they would just throw up a pre-order for the full case and call it. You know what I mean? Have the individual figures, but also throw up a case in case people just wanted to buy the whole thing. Why not?
Yeah, because they end up like canceling like the most popular figure. It'll sell out right away, or they'll just end up just canceling that with the order for that one figure, and it's like, well, I can't complete the bath now.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I've had Target notify me a bunch of times that stuff was back ordered, but they haven't canceled on me on anything yet.
Dude, Target pisses me off. I swear.
Walmart screwed me a couple times. They canceled shit on me.
Like when my Gunslinger Spawn, okay, and it's been pushed back to September 7th now, even though everybody else already has them, and they keep trying to charge my card. They do a pre-authorization, I swear, like every 2 weeks, and my wife keeps going, why do you keep buying stuff at Target? Why do you keep buying stuff at Target? And I'm like, they're pre-authorizing it. This is one dang pre-order from like 5 months ago that they keep trying to pre-authorize, and they won't ship it out yet. It's ridiculous. And this is why I don't pre-order stuff, because dumb stuff like this happens all the time.
Yeah, they need to take PayPal.
Yeah. And they might go Spawn, all right? Shit.
Didn't that come out a long time ago?
It just came out like probably I'd say less than a month ago, I think.
Okay.
A few weeks ago. I don't know. Everybody started posting and I'm like, wait, I ordered it the first day too. I'm like, I don't know. Whatever. I noticed that people, it looked like, because I only pre-ordered him, it looked like the people that pre-ordered multiples, like pre-ordered him and Redeemer and Violator. If you pre-order like the whole gang of them, you got them. It looked like. And if you ordered like 3 and then 2, it looks like if you ordered single, you're like one of the last ones. And I'm the real Marlin fan, Like, what the hell? Give it to me.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my Snake Eyes and Timber sets from Dorkside.
Oof, I need to get that. I haven't gotten that yet.
They got in like a limited amount, and the people who ordered from them right away, they got them, and I made the mistake of, I'm trying to remember what I did, because I ordered some from them, and then I canceled, and then I ordered again. I think because I wanted to add something to my cart or to my order so that I could get free shipping. And so they're like, "Oh, okay. Well, you're a much lower fucking order number now, so you gotta wait."
Rookie mistake. Yeah, Roblox on the way. I just got my Roblox like a couple days ago. Finally, got my Roblox.
Yeah, I got mine last week. He's really nice.
That's an awesome looking figure. He looks. That's the figure that should have came out at the beginning. It was the OG Roblox.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, like for some reason I don't understand why I have 3 Roblox already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I have 3 Roblox, but I only have 2 Snake Eyes. You can count the exclusive. What is it? The SDCC exclusive Snake Eyes, but it's basically the same Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
And then they just made the OG Commando one with Timber. But why do I have 3 Roadblocks? It's not like he was one of like the main. Well, he was a main one, but not really like the main one. Snake Eyes or like Duke or something.
Yeah, I remember the first batch of characters. You had a Laser Trooper, Gung Ho. Let's see, Recon, Scarlet, Snake Eyes,
Stalker. I'd rather have Stalker than the Roadblock.
Yeah, or Stalker. I was thinking him. I thought his name was Recon, but it was Stalker. Yeah.
Maybe you're thinking of Recondo, the Jungle Trooper.
Yeah.
In the second wave, I think he was second series.
But yeah, I think that they just knew that they they screwed everybody with those stupid gold painted ones, and then
yeah,
was like, okay, let's fucking repaint them. Like I still have
that made no sense.
I still have the original Duke. I never upgraded to the new one because it's like I already spent so much on this one.
Like I never found the first the Scarlet, and then I was at Target one day and they had the repaint Scarlet. So I was like, oh, okay, let me get this one. But yeah, there's no real point in getting the other one because it's just a few of the highlights that are different.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna repaint the boots or strip the paint off. Same with this. Did they never did that with Gung Ho, right?
No, they didn't do that with Gung Ho. See those shin guards? Those are so stupid. I hate them.
Yeah. Yeah, so not tactical.
Yeah, like I know they're trying to make it like kind of futuristic in a way or something, but I'm like, is it really necessary? No. Because look at all the Marvel Legends that they made, like the Punisher and what's his face from Black Panther. I'm thinking of
Killmonger.
Killmonger, yeah. Look at him. He's just got like baggy pants and boots.
Oh yeah.
Punisher figure is like baggy pants, and boots. Like, hello, you could have easily thrown those on any of the Joes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want the stupid metal shin guards and knee pads. Those are stupid.
Yeah, I think they were trying to.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to sell to based on the video game, and it was like G.I. Joe meets Fortnite.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was just. Oh God, I was like, this is dumb. Because if you look at them, they're in their original clothes, really. They're in pants and they're in their dress shirts or whatever. And then you throw on the stupid like little armor that doesn't make sense to the outfit that they're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a real American hero. No, it's not. At least Snake Eyes is still good. He always looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited to get the movie Scarlet.
Yeah, that one looks pretty good.
I've got her and the Asian girl from the movie pre-ordered. but I didn't pre-order Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow.
Man. Well, if the rumors are true that original Suits Storm Shadow is going to come out, there's not going to be any need for that figure.
Yeah. Yeah,
Especially
I mean,
you got the articulated icons one anyways. They don't need that one.
yeah, they're a little bit on the small side scale-wise, in comparison, but you can definitely make it work. And then let's see, other news today. Dan Hu revealed the new Captain Britain.
What a coincidence! Since
Yeah.
he's English.
Yeah, I'm glad they let him do it. If they're going to be doing these, if you're going to let YouTubers do all these reveals, then Dan should totally deserve to have that one.
I'm wondering if he got the entire set. If they just sent him Captain Britain, or if he got the entire set.
I don't think so. I think they just sent him that one figure, and I think they're gonna maybe Thursday they'll announce that, or tomorrow. I can't believe it's already tomorrow. Tomorrow they'll announce that it's gonna be he'll be in the 5-pack with Megan. Or yeah, it would make sense as a 5-pack.
I would really like to see the original Excalibur. I want to see that Shadow Cat.
Yeah.
Because then you can use her for X-Men. And then you got Megan. The only thing is, would they want to do another Nightcrawler? Maybe, so they could have that, repaint or redo. You know what I mean? Since they like to be cheap about it, throw in another Nightcrawler.
Mm-hmm.
With a swashbuckling sword. That would be nice.
Oh, the most recent one we got had that sword.
Did he? I don't know. I have so many, I don't remember.
That was a lot of figures ago, but even though it was only 2 years ago.
Yeah, my memory is fading with these figures. They pump them out so quick. I can't even remember anymore.
I still haven't put together my the Tri-Sentinel, whatever the hell it's called. The House of X.
Yeah, what? I don't even. I guess it's a Tri-Sentinel. I don't remember what they were calling it.
Yeah.
It looks like a bad looking Cylon to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an anorexic Cylon or something.
I don't know why I got sucked into buying that wave.
Because it was X-Men.
You know what it was? It was the
Powers of X.
Yeah, it was the Sentinel and the
Jean Grey.
The Sentinel that we got. Oh, and what the fuck is this? What was that? What's that white dude called? Nimrod. That's what it was, because the Nimrod was about to come out. I was like, oh, I fucking need these figures now.
They all go together.
Yeah. So they got me.
Those dang marketing people.
But I think when Dwight was teasing Megan, she's in the orange costume.
Oh, instead of the green.
Yeah, it didn't look green in his hand.
And that's because she's in orange later on. Because in the beginning she was in the green, right? I think
so.
So this might not be the original team. Might be a little bit of a different team.
Yeah, but we need Kitty Pryde.
I want to see her in that blue outfit. I'm like,
who else was besides Kitty and Nightcrawler? Who else would be on that team if Megan's in orange?
So I'm trying to remember. I remember I remember Widget. I remember him. The little. It was just like a metal head that was hanging out with them. Who else was on that team? I don't know. Excalibur was always a C team to me, so I never read Excalibur. I had the first issue or two, but
the original team had that the Rachel Summers in that weird S&M costume.
Oh yeah, that's right. Actually, I kind of want. I would like to see that in the figure.
Yeah, in fact, that's probably. I would assume that's what we're going to get because it's got Megan in orange, Captain Britain, her, and then Kitty and Nightcrawler.
See, they're going to spend all the tooling on Kitty, so then they'll throw in the Nightcrawler.
I mean, there's not really any new tooling, just the sleeves. I mean, we have the upper sleeves. It's just the lower sleeves that they have to that has to be new.
That costs, you know, that could be a big cost right there doing those lower sleeves, you know, could blow the budget.
All the money is on Captain Britain's boots and then Rachel,
And maybe
because she's all new.
Yeah, she would need, and then maybe she might be pinless.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, they can't reuse that for anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I know of. Who else has got studs all over? You know, spikes on their fucking costume like that.
Well, they do. Sue Storm when she was Malice, she had a bunch of spikes all over her. There you go. Just gave you an idea for free, Hasbro. You can use that tooling for Malice.
Yeah. Yeah, so what would that, is that 5? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 5. And then maybe you're right, they'll throw in, is it Widget? Is that his name?
Yeah. I think his name was Widget. It's just like a little metal head.
Yeah.
So that would be I think that could be a little pack in right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not too much things they could throw in, you know, other than like alternate hands and heads. Like, what else would be kind of cool as a pack-in? Well, they got the sword, and then Widget, I think, would be a no-brainer to throw in as a little extra.
Yeah. And, you know, they're down the road, they're just going to give us the green Megan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since they already have the buck, then they'll be like, oh, here's the green one. There you go.
Yeah, it's just basically just the same head. Already spent the money on the head sculpt.
Mm-hmm. And then same with Rachel, maybe with Rachel they could do her like Phoenix face one, and then the next one be like a regular face. That might be in the 5-pack. You know, her alternate head would be the Phoenix Force kind of face, and then her regular normal face.
Man, there were so many things. I knew I should have written stuff down.
You gotta have notes. Notes. It's key.
I get home and
I know what you wanted to talk about. I know one thing you want to talk about. I'm gonna bring it up. Maybe unless you want to dodge this question. Let's talk about all these lames that don't answer the right questions.
Oh yeah, I did like that.
The same question. Good question. You know, what's the deal with that?
Man, it's so frustrating.
What is your take on that?
It's so frustrating year after year after year to have,
What's your favorite Marvel character? Which one would you like me to be made? Who cares?
Yeah. What's your favorite movie? What powers would you like to have?
Like, come on.
You're just wasting fucking time and like a huge opportunity to ask really good questions, and it's so frustrating to fucking be sitting there and you're like, man, get me in there, put me in, coach.
You know, and honestly, out of everyone that's out there, you should be on there, because unlike these other people that regurgitate press releases or copy other people's homework, you're the Marvel Legends news hound that actually does the footwork to get those scoops. Why aren't you there? You know, I think it's a conspiracy.
Well, they will never probably they'll never be on a show that I'm a part of.
My goal is to get them on a show that you're on. That's my goal.
The closest when Tony Colella, I think his name is Tony Colella, the paint master guy, was on I think the Toy Migos. He was actually taking questions from people, and he answered, or he didn't answer, but he was like, oh, I'll ask about that, and that's like the closest I've ever come, besides trying to pick Bobby Vala's brain on how shit works there, because they, when I do ask people who are going to interview Hasbro, like, hey, ask them this, either they won't do it, or they just, basically just dodge the question.
And do you think it's because they're scared?
I don't know if it's scared, just like they don't want to.
I think
yeah, I mean, they just don't want to acknowledge that there's issues.
they're scared because they don't want the they don't want the free figs to stop coming.
Oh, you're talking about the people asking the question. Yeah. They don't want to rock the boat.
They don't want to rock the boat, and I can see their point of view in a way. But then, if I was, say, working for Hasbro, I would kind of want the feedback, the criticism, to see where we could improve on. So really, all you're doing is stroking our ego, which I guess maybe they like it. I don't know. But I would kind of want some negative stuff to see what we could work on, what we could improve on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only thing that I feel like I can take a small bit of credit for is because every year for years I've been hounding them and the people interviewing them to ask about the serial numbers. And it hasn't been until this year that they finally started putting the serial numbers on the bottom of the feet.
Because rectangular people.
Because I would shame them every chance I would get, and say, because all these new figure lines that Hasbro started pumping out, they were putting the fucking serial numbers on the bottom of the feet. Black Series did it first, and then they got Power Rangers and they started doing it, and the Ghostbusters, and then GI Joes. All these fucking other figure lines that Hasbro was making, they were putting the fucking serial numbers on the bottom of the feet. Like, why can Hasbro do it on all these other figure lines, but they couldn't do it on fucking Legends?
Exactly.
And they finally started doing it now. I don't know about this most recent wave. I'm pretty sure that all of them, I think I might have seen one figure that doesn't have them on the bottom of the feet, but modular armor Iron Man, he's got it.
See,
on the bottom of the feet, and
that's a good question. Yeah,
and another issue that they need to fix. They need to fix these fucking molds that are screwed up. The Grim Reaper mold has been screwed up since day one. The cavity for the shoulder is too small. So when you bend the shoulders up, it fucking stabs into the plastic and scrapes the paint off and screws up the plastic on the figure. So why put a point of articulation there if you can't use it correctly?
Listen up, Hasbro. Listen up.
And I'm sure you might not have the figure yet, but have you seen the reviews for Surtur?
No, I don't watch reviews.
This is an awesome figure, but you cannot move the shoulders.
See, that's lame right there.
That's as far.
That's
as far as you can get his shoulders.
Well, you know why? You know what I mean? Why on a 12? What is that? 12 inch? About 12 inch, right?
Yeah, it's 13.
You know, I did see Surtur the other day. That's right. I did see him the other day too.
The sculpt.
But why? You know what I mean?
That's it.
I'm spending like $55 on that figure, and I can't even have him. You know, I can't. I can't even put up his arms.
Yeah, it's complete bullshit. Like, you had, like, what was the rush? Like, how could that pass QC?
Yeah, because at that price point, he's a premium figure. You know what I mean? So you would imagine the QC would be a little bit more intense on that figure.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's all that you're gonna get out of that.
Like, he looks cool, but then there's no functionality.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't put a joint in that you can't take advantage of.
That's a rookie mistake.
I'll say this about McFarlane. Everybody likes to give him shit.
Not on this show. Not on this show.
But I picked up the movie Wonder Woman for a custom.
Okay.
And that figure is excellent. Like the proportions are a little weird, but her arms and legs are really long. But the articulation is excellent. The paint is fantastic. Like, you see how much paint. I mean, the figure is covered in paint from head to toe, and we don't get that from Marvel Legends.
That's what McFarlane is known for, is those paint apps.
Yeah.
And
the articulation is actually really good. I mean, she's got double jointed elbows that work great.
He still's got some issues on the articulation. I know there's like no thigh swivels on figures and stuff like that, but from where he was to where he is now, I think it's leaps and bounds in terms of articulation. A lot of people don't realize that. He does not want articulation in the figures. Obviously, somebody at the office was telling him, you need to put articulation in the figures. You need to put articulation. And they finally started doing it. And I think that's helped his sales. Because I'm sure you probably would have never picked up a freaking McFarlane figure. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of people who wouldn't have picked up a McFarlane figure see now that you can actually do something with a McFarlane figure, so they're starting to pick up. Yeah. The only thing is, if you really look at the figure, you can kind of tell where, like, especially at the ankles and at the wrists, that they added a joint. That it looked like they just cut the foot and then added a joint in there.
Yeah.
It looks like there was no plans for articulation, but somehow they decided to throw it in there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just really frustrating that we're just now finally starting to get double jointed elbows on Marvel Legends. It's like, wow, we've been getting them from Star Wars Black Series for years, and other figure lines can do it. Like, it's been ridiculous how long it's been taking them to.
Like, I'm wondering, was it them just being lazy? Was it a cost issue? Maybe because the arms were too thin.
No,
they don't want to add that. So then it's got to be they were just lazy and they didn't want somebody to go in there and be like, "Hey, let's add double jointed elbows to the female buck." Can someone whip that up real quick?
Because Dwight didn't want to do it. Dwight didn't like it. It was easy. It was like, oh, it's broke. It's not broke. Don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you have the Jaina Solo figure from Black Series, that thing is amazing. Like, that if you buy that, you can make the best Black Widow figure on the planet with that thing. That will probably kick ass on most imports. It's
pro tip from Rektangular.
Yeah, that's a fantastic figure.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't want to. Maybe it was more of an aesthetic kind of thing for Dwight not to do those double jointed elbows. But when I was a kid, I wanted articulation in the figures.
Yeah.
Since these are always, as they say, these are made for kids. At the end of the day, they're toys. Dude, I want articulation. If I was a kid, I wanted articulation in my figures. That's why I always, I was big on He-Man and G.I. Joe, but I would always I'd play more with G.I. Joe because I could do stuff with them versus, they had the swivel arm battle grip. He-Man only had those 5 points, but Joe's had a lot of more articulation, and I could actually, pose them and do stuff with them versus He-Man guys.
I hated those He-Man figures like with a passion.
Oh my goodness! How could you not like half-naked men?
Oh my god, those things were so terrible. The other, I'm trying to remember, there was another figure line that came out around that same time. But yeah, G.I. Joes were the best. They were okay when they first came out, but when they started adding forearm swivel, game over.
Because when the first figure I got was Snake Eyes, and he was the straight arm.
Yep.
That was the first figure I got. I don't remember what the second figure was, but he was the only straight arm I had. So when I got the next figure and they had that swivel arm grip, I was like, my little kid mind was like, I was like, whoa, they can do this. They can do this now. Oh my gosh. And I was sold, That's why I preferred. What's funny is I preferred my my superpower figures to my Secret Wars figures, even though DC versus Marvel, I like superpowers because they had a little bit more articulation. You could bend their knees. Some of them you could rotate their torso, and they did have better sculpts too. But having that little bit of articulation was what sold me over them versus the Marvel guys. Which is that's the only time that DC ever won for me.
Yeah, I think Airborne was the first figure that I had that had the.
Oh, he might have been my second guy I got. I remember Airborne. He was one of my favorite guys.
Yeah, that was my favorite figure. Was Airborne, and ironically, I became a paratrooper, so. Had something to do with it, I'm sure.
Look at that. G.I. Joe, a real American hero, inspired Todd to be a real American hero. Look at that. And now they're too scared to put a real American hero on the G.I. Joes. It's a travesty. Because they want to sell overseas. They don't want to put America on the freaking tagline.
Yeah, it's easier to get G.I. Joes in the UK than it is over here.
Bastards.
Yeah, this is an awesome figure.
Oh yeah, Beachhead is awesome. The only thing I don't know about for your figure, he feels a little loose, and his backpack always feels like really loose. Like his gear is like really loose. Might be just be my figure.
Yeah, I haven't really monkeyed with him much. I returned at least 1 or 2 Snake Eyes because his abdominal joints were way too loose.
Yeah, I think mine's a little loose. What I really liked about that Snake Eyes figure when I first opened him, which totally blew my mind, was the little hinges that he has in his hips. Yeah. Kind of almost like, who does that? Like Figma, or I think does that, or Make that.
Oh, like the drop downs, yeah.
That blew my mind. Because for that kind of figure to have that, because we've never had that in a figure, it totally blew my mind.
Yeah, for $20 figures is spectacular. That's why I had him. He was in my top 10 or top 20 of favorite best figures of last year.
Yeah, like the year he came out, that was like my favorite figure because just from that point of articulation, I was like, what happened here? I'm like, why can't there be a Spider-Man figure with this?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's so ridiculous that look at that. It's completely bent backwards, forwards.
That's crazy. You know, why can't I have a Spider-Man that does that?
I know. Spider-Man, you can't even do the fucking splits.
You know what I mean? Like
In fact, Iron Man has better articulation than fucking Spider-Man or even Shang-Chi. So there's Snake Eyes, but Shang-Chi, he can't completely do the splits. He can't, and Spider-Man can't. Doesn't have the fucking range on those arms either.
Well, I find it weird because maybe because we don't work there, so we don't really know. Is that how the offices? It seems like they don't talk amongst themselves. Like the Marvel Legend team doesn't talk to Star Wars Black. Star Wars Black doesn't talk to GI Joe to see what they're doing. Since it's all the same company, it's all internal. Why can't you use the same stuff they're using in Black series over in Marvel Legends? And why can't you use the tooling from, say, some Power Ranger figures on some GI Joes? Like, why can't we do that? See, that would be a good question to ask Hasbro.
I don't think the people above Dwight give a fuck. They just don't care. They're just like, all they care about is the numbers.
Yeah,
they don't care about.
It's perfect time to be like, hey, I'm gonna go use this this buck from the Power Rangers on Spider Woman. Is that cool? Okay, thanks. Later. You know what I mean? Like if they don't really care, then that'd be a perfect opportunity to kind of slide in there and be like, yo, I'm gonna do this and this and this. Okay, yeah, all right, thanks.
Yeah, see, and I don't know what the internal politics are, like with the budget. Like if they say, like, oh no, this pile of money can only be used for Power Rangers, so you can't come over here and take any of our fucking designs or any of our molds. Yeah, not like I don't know how it's why there's such rigid fucking territories in that company. Like why it doesn't make any sense to me.
Because those Power Rangers have great like crackle effects. They just have great effects. I would like to see some of that in Marvel Legends. Why can't I take some of those since I already got them tooled? I already have them made. Why can't I just grab some of those and throw them with a Marvel Legend figure?
It would be nice. It'd be nice if somebody who would actually ask questions like that on the fucking interviews. Say like, okay, how many times are we going to get the same effects from Havoc on every
single figure?
Every single figure, like.
If you look at those Power Rangers, they all look different.
Yeah,
they all look different, and I'm pretty sure that's a licensed, right? That's a licensed license. So obviously they're paying a little bit more for that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm paying all this extra money, why can't I use some of this for some of that?
Yeah.
Because usually they do get it like, well, I know like the MCU obviously gets a bigger budget than the regular Marvel Legends because to be honest, I think some of the MCU figures look better than the Marvel Legends. They have better paint apps. They have more tooling.
Yeah, unique sculpts.
They have better sculpts, like the texture on their clothing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they get a bigger budget. So there's money in there. Let's allocate a little bit of that to somebody else.
Yeah, this dude is one of the best Marvel Legends they've ever made. How much fucking sculpt and paint is on this? I mean, sculpt in particular, but articulation, everything. So,
is that the one from the 2-pack?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to find that. I haven't got that one either.
Good luck.
I know.
Good.
I'm sure I'll be lucky one of these days. Maybe, perhaps. Who knows?
Oh, God, I don't remember a million.
Man, I sure asked a lot of good questions. You would think Hasbro would want me, but that's all right. That's all right.
No, they want softballs. That's all they ever get.
They want softballs, all right? I got to know. There's no agenda here, people, so I can ask these kind of questions, all right?
Yeah. And I think that's a big fear, too, is like they don't want to rock the boat because then they won't get to do those reveals.
Those reveals anymore, yeah.
They won't get fucking figures sent to them.
But then, like I said, is it really rocking the boat? I'm just asking questions that people want. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm like attacking you. It's like I'm just trying to understand more of, the toy process. Like, how do things work? Why is this like this? Why is that like that? Like I said before, like in any business, you would want that constructive criticism just so you know where you could improve on.
Yeah, why am I spending $50+ on a figure that I can't move the fucking shoulders?
Yeah, he can only barely what?
Or if I pay $20 for a figure and I move the shoulders up all the way, it's gonna scratch the fucking paint off. Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe I'll be a guest speaker one of these days. I don't know.
Well, that's one thing that sucks about not having a SDCC is that you could go at the panel and call them out.
Well, or even better is you can go up to face because Dwight. I don't know about the other guys, but I remember Dwight would always hang out at the booth, and people would always rush him and ask him like, "Hey, what about this? What about that? Like, what's the deal with this?" And he'd be more than willing to talk to you about stuff. So that's what really is nice about the convention is that face-to-face interaction, and they got nowhere to run. You're right there in front of them.
Yeah. If there's one plea I would have for people who interview Hasbro Marvel Legends team is stop asking them, is there a possibility we're going to get this figure? Is there a possibility we're going to get that figure? It's like, number one, they're not going to fucking answer that question. Number two, you know that eventually they're going to try to make everything. It's just a matter of time. So quit wasting fucking valuable interview time with stupid questions like that.
Really, I could care less what figure is coming down the line because, like you said, they really are trying to make everybody. So your favorite figure will probably be made eventually. You know what I mean? So let's ask something more interesting about, I don't know, was your made or something,
Yeah. Let's focus on trying to make the figures better, not more of them. We get plenty already.
Let's talk about QC and whatnot.
Yeah. Take a look at what other even within Hasbro, take a look at what other products that Hasbro makes is doing, and ask Hasbro or ask the Legends team, how come you can't do this? Like, it's the same company, it can be done.
The one toy line from Hasbro that I'm very impressed with that I don't collect, but I'm very impressed with is the Power Rangers line.
Yeah.
Is like the sculpts that they have, the accessories, like I said, the crackle effects, the energy effects and everything. Like, I look at that stuff and I'm like, wow, that looks really good. Like, why isn't Marvel Legends getting that kind of love?
Yeah, I'm trying to, and even Mattel, like Mattel is doing really good shit. I have the Ellie from Jurassic Park, and pinless, double jointed elbows.
Oh wow, okay, that's not bad. I was gonna say because some of the other offerings Mattel has right now aren't very
pinless, double jointed knees.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a pretty cool figure.
Yeah, she's nice.
I'd say that the Masters figures suck right now.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't have a neck joint, unfortunately, just a fucking peg.
Oh, they love doing that.
Yep.
They love doing that. I have a lot of DC figures like that too. They love doing that.
But I do have a Power Rangers figure here somewhere. I got it from Hasbro on eBay because it was only $10, and I just got it for the head, and I'm gonna whip him out because they do really good job over there. But of course, sitting up on camera, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Oh, here it is. But yeah, there he is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these effects are pretty damn cool. You know, they have really, for the most part, they have really good head sculpts, good paint, and yeah, they got that really good ab design that's got a pivot at the top, and then just like the Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
It's got a rocker at the top, and then he's got an actual ab crunch at the bottom. So, like,
it's nice too about those Power Rangers. I think a lot of it's new tooling on a lot of them.
Yeah.
Or they're really hiding the reuse of parts.
Yeah, I haven't handled enough of I only have this guy, and I have the one of the red figures. Pretty much, I again just got it for the head because before they announced Cannonball, I wanted to have a different look, like a powered down look for a Cannonball. I got that head, and I don't know. I have a figure in a bin somewhere, but I remember being impressed with it.
They announced three new figures today. All three of them are different sculpts. There was I don't know, some monster looking guy, I forget his name. Another monster, and then a girl. All three of them different sculpts.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime Hasbro shows you something, they're like, oh, well, those two guys look exactly the same, except for this one's got a cape and a belt, and then the other one's a girl, but we've seen that girl body before, and you just added like a belt.
Yeah. Yeah, we get a ton of reuse, but
I'm thinking maybe we get a ton of reuse so that they can pump out figures more often.
Yeah.
That's a way to save money for them to be able to every 2 months now, it seems like there's a new wave coming out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's their way of being able to pump out more figures.
Yeah. Another question that I always want people to ask about ask the Marvel Legends team is, can you guys be a little bit less what's the word I'm looking for? Like scattershot when it comes to character selection? Like, can we complete some fucking teams?
Oh, that.
Like, how many years ago did we get a bunch of the Dark Avengers, and we still don't have a Dark Miss Marvel?
Yes.
That's just one example of so many teams that were sitting here. And it took forever to get fucking Wrecker and
oh yeah, finally formed the Wrecking Crew. Yep.
Yeah, to finish our Wrecking Crew, and I can't even. I don't even know where my Wrecker is right now. I'm fucking pissed.
Shoot. But yeah, like some of the character selections are a little iffy, a little scratching your head. Like, wait, why did they pick that guy?
Well, and I love the fact that we got the A-Force box set, but how long are we gonna have to wait for Talisman?
Yeah, I got that set. I don't know why. I was like a little disappointed, only because it's A-Force. It's like they already canceled that book. Like, quick.
Oh, did I say A-Force? I meant to say Alpha Flight.
Alpha Flight, yeah. Oh, Alpha Flight, that should have came out a long time ago.
Well,
They're not-
A-Force came out before.
I was like, yeah, that should have came out before A-Force.
Yeah.
Alpha Flight is not A-lister, but I would say maybe B, B minus team. But they've been around for a long time. But I do give props to Hasbro for bringing out new figures fast. Like a lot of the new characters, they bring them out pretty quick. Like Riri, well, she's been around for a few years now. They just brought her out. They did Spider-Gwen. Yeah, a lot of these new characters that are coming out, they brought them back in probably a year. They already they made a figure of them. So I give them props for bringing out new characters too. Not just the old timers.
like me. Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's like it's a double-edged sword because it seems like Jesse is really focused on like whatever's new and hot, like whatever's in the comics currently. He's always trying to push to get out in figure form, and then like he's got like that dog in what was it that dog who's in the animated movie who's getting excited when he sees a squirrel. Was that Up? They did that?
Might have been Up.
Yeah. Anyway, it's like oh, whatever's the next new thing. Like wait a minute, we're still waiting on all these other fucking figures that we can't complete these teams.
Like Red Goblin, they brought him out pretty quick.
Yeah. And
I was surprised. I was surprised they brought him. I was like, oh wow, they got Red Goblin out already. Jeez, it seemed like he just came out or something in the comics. Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword. It's kind of cool, but then you kind of want those older figures to complete the teams, or just a figure that's been missing, for a long time. A new figure that I want, though, I wouldn't mind seeing America Chavez. I'd like to see that one in a figure form. I've seen customs of her that look really good, which I'm sure the custom will be better than the figure, but I wouldn't mind seeing her. But I want some older figures like Penance would be cool to help round out Thunderbolts.
I have so many old.
Well, he's not that old, but I don't think he's that old. But
no, I mean for me, there's so many old characters that we need classic characters that we don't have a classic Adam Warlock. We don't have a classic Mantis.
Shadow wants Jack Hearts.
We don't have Swordsman.
Swordsman, actually, I would not want the old one. I would want the Thunderbolts one.
No. Just
to help complete that team.
No. See, I want my old Avengers books.
Yeah, that Swordsman, he's an old ass character. He died really quick anyways. They killed him off real quick anyways. I want the new one to round out the Thunderbolts.
I want my Disco Sleeves Mockingbird.
Oh, okay, that one I want from my Wackos. Yeah, definitely want that. That would be a nice one.
We need a classic Wonder Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Wonder Man that they made is kind of booty. I don't like him. Because what is that? Is that the what buck is that? The Century?
Grim Reaper mold.
I hate that one. I think the biggest thing is those feet. The one thing, see, there's a question I want to ask Hasbro. I'd ask Hasbro, how come you guys always sculpt the feet wrong? They either make them too small or too large, or they make them look like socks. Like, there's no heel to them. Spider-Man looks like he has duck feet. Like, they always get the feet wrong. I feel like they always get the feet wrong on the freaking figures.
They went to the same art school as Rob Liefeld.
I think so. Like, they'll get somebody good, like Sculptor Shelf, to do the face and everything, maybe some of the body, and then they use the interns to fucking sculpt the feet because they always turn out wrong.
Yeah. That Bucky cap has the fucking tiny ass feet.
See, and then I was at one of the I don't remember what year it was at SDCC. They said they were going to retire they said they were going to retire it. They're like, oh, we're going to retire it. And you know what? A couple years later, hey, look at that. You're still using it. I'm like, you mother. So that I feel that Buck will never go away.
I don't have too many issues with that one.
It's not that bad. I think the feet could be maybe like 10% bigger.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But overall, like if you look at it, it's not that bad. It's just a little bit on the short side compared to all the other newer Bucks that they're.
They keep making everything bigger.
Yeah. So whatever figure, yeah, they look all tiny now.
Have you seen that new? It's the Iron Man that comes in the 2-pack with Thanos. He's fucking huge.
Oh no, I haven't seen it up close.
Yeah, I mean, look at. We'll go watch a review. He's like 7 inches tall.
Why?
Fucking
Why?
huge. They just keep making him bigger and bigger.
Dude. They're trying to compete with McFarlane. They want to go to 7 inches.
Yeah, I don't know.
You want your Marvel figures and DC figures to be the same exact size so you can put them in the same shelf.
I'm going to say something. I've kind of said it in the past before, but I'm going to say something very controversial.
You heard it here first, folks.
Nah, they've heard me say this before, but a figure that they need to retire pretty much right out the gate is that retro Spider-Man. That don't fucking use that thing again. Do not make that. If you're making new body molds, you can do way better than that. Don't use that body again especially for Spider-Man. Don't use that fucking body again because the elbows suck, the fucking hips suck, and the neck sucks.
I'll have to go with that. I haven't messed around with him in a while, but I know when I got him, I was like, I felt he was a little beefy.
I like the proportions on it, but
proportions are good. For Spider-Man, I felt it was a little beefy. You know, I like the head sculpt. I like that classic look of Spider-Man.
Well, you're a big McFarlane Spider-Man guy, so you like him scrawny.
I like him. I like him scrawny. Yeah. But I still like the Ramita look too. I don't know. Maybe I'm used to McFarlane. I guess now is that I felt he was a little too beefy.
Yeah.
He looked good though, but like like you said, proportion wise, he looked good.
Yeah, just they need to go back to the drawing board. I mean, because now if we're getting pinless figures, just scrap that mold. Don't fucking, because they screwed the pooch on the fucking the hips and the shoulder or the elbows. Don't do it. Just fucking put that thing to bed.
They did him dirty on that one.
Yeah, did him dirty.
Poor Spidey.
Now I got to sell my 19-inch Galactus.
Oh, good luck with that one. But still, people still like it. People still want it.
Yeah, I mean, people are willing to spend $200 to get a 19-inch Galactus, but they won't spend $400 to get a, and if you don't move in the next 5 days, it's going to be a lot more than $400 if you want a big Galactus. So
that is true. That is true, folks.
Some people don't have the space.
No, well, mine's going to go straight to storage. That's for sure. It's going to go straight to storage. But yeah, no, there's a lot of people don't have space for that. It's going to be one big old friggin' box that's going to be delivered to your house.
Yeah, I mean, my Sentinel is going to go in between those two.
Oof, those guys, it's gonna look like little kids next to the new one.
Exactly. And then my Galactus is going to replace that one. I'll put my Galactus up there.
Make sure you strap him down or something. Just make sure that guy don't fall from up there.
Yeah. Sorry, my camera's totally out of focus now.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, I mean we have earthquakes here in Washington, but usually out in the Sound, we're on the other side of Lake Washington here, and we might feel like a tiny tremor. So I've lived here on and off for 15 years. I've never felt an earthquake here in Washington, but I definitely felt them in California.
But still, you never know. Gush of wind could come in. You might be slamming the doors because you're so mad at some guys' reviews. And all of a sudden, Galactus falls over.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. I hope they reveal something good tomorrow. That's so.
More likely, they're gonna officially announce the. Well, they already guess they let Yahoo, I guess, announce the what's it called? Eternals wave.
Oh.
But they'll probably.
That's a peg warmer right there.
Yeah, they're probably going to put up the pre-order for the Eternals wave tomorrow, and then they'll probably reveal Silver Surfer. If they were smart, they would do Fire Lord and then Silver Surfer, or put them together.
Yeah,
like you already have the mold for Surfer.
And Fire Lord, all they're going to do, all you have to do is use whatever buck you have and a different head sculpt. Because really, that's Fire Lord is basically just he's wearing a onesie or a unitard or something. So you don't need to sculpt anything other than a head and his staff.
Yeah, I mean, they probably just use same Johnny Storm flame effects, and
much more likely they probably would.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like they're reinventing the wheel with these fucking heralds.
Yeah, unless they did Morg.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, oh, it'd be cool if they did Morg, but I don't see them doing Morg.
I don't like Windwalker.
Nah, that guy's lame. They killed him. I think they killed him off quick too. Really sucked.
It's just a goofy looking. I mean, I love Jack Kirby, but it's just too goofy look. It's like a goofy look. He's like a miniature Galactus. He's got like a skirt.
Yeah,
we got enough dudes with skirts. Like
nobody wants that. So like Morg would be badass.
Yeah,
if they made it.
I would love that. Fire Lord is top of my list for heralds.
Yeah, because he's been around for a long time, so it would be nice to have him.
And I like Frankie too. She's okay.
Yeah, I remember I had her as in the
Toy Biz.
Yeah, the Toy Biz, the Silver Surfer wave, but she was sold off many years ago. When I started getting into Marvel Legends, that's when the older Toy Biz. I just started selling that off because I was looking at them and I was like, man, these guys suck compared to these Marvel Legends. I was like, these can't do anything. So I just started selling them off. I still have some. I have some X-Men. I have some Spider-Man Toy Biz. I still have some of those.
To your kids.
What? Actually, I did give some of them to my kids. Like the girls at the time, the girls were always hard to find, and those were the ones that were worth the most. And then obviously they're worth nothing now, so I just gave them to my kids. A lot of them, I gave them to Toys for Tots.
There you go.
I don't think they're gonna notice it's like a 10-year-old toy. You know what I mean? It's still brand new. It's still in the package. You know what I mean? So a lot of the older stuff, I would just around the time a year at Toys for Tots, I just give them a bag full of like old Toy Biz guys, or what else did I give them? So a lot of other stuff, a lot of other figures that I still had in package. I was just looking at it, and I was like, oh, I don't like this guy anymore. I don't like this. And you look on eBay, oh, I could get what, $5 for him? I'm like, come on. I would give them one year I gave out like freaking 5 bags.
Nice.
Figures. And I was like, here you go. This is $20 worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is your youngest?
6.
Oh.
6, and he doesn't like Marvel.
Wow. What does he like?
DC.
Okay.
So, we're halfway there. At least he likes superheroes, but I always try to tell him, I was like, oh, you want to get the Spider-Man shirt or the Spider-Man? No. Oh, you don't want this cool Spider-Man, backpack? No.
Who's this guy?
Batman.
Batman.
Fucking Batman. Fucking Batman. Yeah. So,
Well, you're a pretty big DC fan, aren't you?
yeah, I enjoy everybody. So I don't mind, him liking Batman. I like Batman too. Who doesn't like Batman? So I'm like, that's fine. Even though I would prefer him to like Marvel. I think my kids do it on purpose. Like, oh, you like Marvel? No, we don't like that stuff. We like DC better.
Yeah.
Or we just don't like it at all. But yeah, so I'm constantly buying them just Batman stuff. Like you seen all those Batman peg warmers, like at Target, those little like 4-inch figures. Like sometimes I'll get him those, but he likes Imaginext. Imaginext. We got his I want to grab all his figures together and take a picture, because I swear the character selection in Imaginext is better than what I have in my DC Universe Classics. I feel like they are really digging deep. They actually made Joker in his Hawaiian shirt.
Nice.
And I was like, they put him in the costume where he shot Barbara Gordon. I was like, and they're gonna sell this to little kids. So this is the one where he shot. This is from Killing Joke right here. I was like, you're digging deep. They made Lobo with his dog in his Interstellar motorcycle. We got that. They made Swamp Thing. They have from the newer comics. They made 0 Year Batman, where he's like, have you seen him? He's got like boots on. And he's got like a backpack. It looks like he's backpacking through Europe as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So like the character selection, I was like really surprised. Like I'll get it, and I was like, wait, I'm like, they made him? They made him?
Sure.
So it's pretty crazy, but yeah, he probably has more DC figures than me at this point.
McFarlane could take some tips from them instead of making fucking 50 Batmans.
Yeah.
Every month.
But you know what? I think he's just doing it because he knows that it sells. That's his only way to get into the store, is saying, oh, I have a Batman this, or I have a Superman that. That's the only way to get in the stores, really. Because if you're like the head guy at Target and you say, oh, yeah, I got some Batman figures, you're going to be like, oh, it's Batman. Yeah, sure. But if you tell them, hey, I have Lobo and I have Dr. Fate line. Is that cool? Can I bring that in? I'd be like, get out of here with the Dr. Fate. You want some fucking gynecologist coming in here or something? Get out of here. But if you tell them Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that's why he does it, is just for sales.
Who's that one character? Was it Ventriloquist?
Oh, what is the name? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The Batman villain, right? That's a ventriloquist.
I think so, yeah. He's got a little dummy.
I think he is called the ventriloquist. I think he's the ventriloquist.
Yeah.
I'm surprised McFarlane hasn't made him, But yeah, like, I know there's like shit ton of Batman figures, but honestly, I think it's the only way to get into Target, into like Walmart and everything. You just say, "Hey, I got a bunch of Batman figures," and they're like, "Okay." You know, because those little 4-inch Batman figures, those are from I think Spin Master. So those are my father figures. How did Spin Master get a Batman line that's freaking Batman? You know what I mean? And I think that's the only reason Batman sells. And like, I'll go to the stores. I don't see that many Batmans, even though he makes a shit ton of Batman figures. I don't see that many on the shelves. The only ones that I see are the ones where he did. Was it from? What line is it? I don't remember the story where there's like a Batman, Green Lantern, a Batman, Aquaman. Like I'll see those, but like core Batman figures, I don't see those.
Yeah.
Now I haven't seen any of the Superman figures on the pegs either, other than the Doomsday 2-pack. I see that every once in a while, but Superman's had a few single releases. I'll see Superman.
I've just seen that Glenn Danzig Superman.
Oh, that just came out. That's brand new. That just came out.
Yeah.
That's from what is that? Death Metal, I think.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting, And that's from a recent story too. So he's kind of quick to on a turnaround for stories too. So in a way, it's kind of good. It's like I said, double-edged sword on that.
Was that a Grant Capullo art?
Yep.
If it's Capullo, he's got to make it.
Yep. And I did. I picked up it was a wave before that. It's a Batman in his. He's got a scythe, and he's got like a trench coat.
Yeah.
It just looked cool. Like it looks like Batman. Why is he have like a metal trench coat and he's got like spikes and shit all over him and he's got a scythe? And I was like, but it just looks cool. Like this, if you look at the sculpt and everything, you're like, that's just a cool looking figure. You know what I mean? It makes no sense. I'm sure it was in the comics. It probably made sense, but I just thought it looked like a cool figure, like the Grim Knight Batman, the one that it's all in black and he's got a ton of guns and pouches and on him and stuff. That just looked like a cool figure.
If you say so.
It's a cool figure. It is. I bought it. I got like look at this guy. Let me see. Look at this guy. Look at the sculpt on this guy. Like, you're not the greatest looking figure. You can't really do much with this figure.
Kind of
cool. No, because he's supposed to ride on the back of Bane.
He doesn't have legs.
Yeah, he's supposed to ride on the back of Bane. He's kind of like a.
Okay.
Like
he's like he's like Gremlin.
Yeah, kind of like here. Let's see. Oh, look, I got this guy here, and then he would kind of be just like.
Sure. Gotcha.
I guess in the story that's how. But like, yeah, these McFarlane figures, they don't do much, but they're just.
Yeah, they look nice.
Like what Marvel Legend looks like this guy.
Yeah, unless it's a Build-A-Figure.
Yeah, turn like in sculpt, you know what I mean?
Yeah, even the Build-A-Figures aren't that great. They don't put that much sculpt or paint detail in them.
That's why I think, like, why can McFarlane do this and Hasbro can't? You know what I mean? Like, and McFarlane's a lot smaller company than Hasbro, but that's something to ask. Like, is it due to like profit margins, your budget?
Tens of thousands of employees, and McFarlane maybe has 100 people working for him.
Because then I think, maybe it's because they got to go cheap on that so they can keep pumping out figures every 10 months or so.
Yeah, I mean, every week there's a fucking pre-order going up every week.
Yeah, that's why it's like hard. It's almost impossible to keep up now. Every week, hey, we got this. Hey, we got that. Hey, we got this. And then if it's not, and that's not counting the other lines. Like if you were to collect G.I. Joe or or Power Rangers. It's what 2-3 times a week. Hey, we got this. Hey, we got that. Hey, look at this new figure. And it's like, I'll never financially recover.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sell a bunch of stuff because Mythic Legions is gonna come out with a space line.
I'm interested to see where they go with that. I kind of was going to jump on the bandwagon. They have another Kickstarter right now, I think. I thought about getting just like one of the knights just to check it out. They look like I've always been interested in it. I just never pulled a trigger on getting one or two of the knights just to check it out. You know what I mean? To see what the hype was about. Because yeah, they're sculpted great. You know, I know that I know their work. They do great work. Probably because they worked for McFarlane. But yeah, I'm thinking about just picking up a figure, and then with that space line, like which way are they going to go? Is it going to be more kind of like retro, kind of like Flash Gordon type of outer space, or is it going to be like totally crazy concept of aliens and people? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not just going to be guys in spacesuits. I'm hoping there's going to be some badass aliens.
I think so. I think it'll be like the Mythic Legions where they have like a few regular people, and then you got like all the monsters like goblins and stuff. So I think it'll be a good mix of they got to have the humans to be like the good guys probably, and then aliens to be the bad guys.
Yeah, I'm psyched, but I'm just dreading the price tag.
The price? I know the price tag. That's why it's hard to collect them because those horses, like for those examples, those horses that they had, they look so freaking awesome. But they wanted like $75 for like a horse, and I was like, but it's a horse, and so like with shipping, and everything, it's gonna be like $100 for a horse, and I'm like, it's for a horse. It's not even a figure that I could play with and I could like do shit. It's a freaking horse it's more like a prop piece than than anything. And I'm like, I don't want to spend $100 on a freaking horse. I'll use my $20 McFarlane Sleepy Hollow horse.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of those. I'm the Lord of the Rings horses.
I'll get those, but yeah, it's just a little too steep for me. I know a lot of people were like, you see people army building those horses.
They're huge too.
And I was just like, more power to you, but there's no way I'm spending $100 on a horse.
Yeah.
Like I don't spend $100 on dolls from Mezco. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I've got all the Iron Man figures from Mezco, and I've got the Samurai Logan or Wolverine, and I have a couple of the Gomez, and that's it.
Which Gomez do you have?
I have the Street Gomez, and the I don't know one of the I think the black suit like secret agent one.
Oh, nice.
I think I don't remember. I have like one's just like a black and gray suit, and the other one's in like jeans and
Have you messed around with them?
not really. Like took them out, checked them out, and
You looked at it. You're like, back in the box you go.
Yeah, I mean, for a while I just didn't have room, and then now I'm just overwhelmed. I've got so much stuff that I'm trying to put up in shelves.
All right, it's like it is the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Yeah.
There's just so much product out right now. Everybody's bringing quality and product right now. I think everybody's making something cool. The Legends team, basically all of the Hasbro teams McFarlane's doing DC and other stuff. You got this guys from the Four Horsemen doing stuff. Mattel's like the only one not really doing stuff. But there's like so many other things going on. It's like Mezca's, doing their thing.
You know what? You know what Mattel is doing really well is the fucking Jurassic Park figures.
Like I've seen the dinos. The dinos look really good. I haven't seen any of the figures up close. I haven't seen any figures on the pegs. Like all only figures I see are the little the 4-inch figures are the only ones I've seen. I haven't seen any of the 6-inch figures on the pegs.
Really, the John Hammond is everywhere I go.
I haven't seen any of them on the pegs yet.
Wow.
But they look cool. What I've seen from the pictures that people have posted, they do look good for Mattel. They just really bad with 6-inch figures.
The dinosaurs are fantastic.
That's what what happened there. Like you can do that well, but when they had the DC license, they dropped the ball like horrible.
It was all reuse. Same buck. Every figure, same buck.
I'm not even talking about those. I'm talking the ones that came after those. It was called the Multiverse line. Mm-hmm. There was a few gems, sprinkled in between that. But for the most part, that line sucked. But the very tail end of that line is when they started doing it right. Like I got Vixen, and she was on par with Marvel Legends. Like her articulation, just the sculpt, like that was a fantastic figure. And I'm like, what happened here? You decided to actually make good figures when you lost the license. Like now that you lost the license, you're like, oh, well, let's put out some figures on par with Marvel Legends now. Like, I'm pretty sure if you would have done that from the beginning, you would have not have lost the DC license to McFarlane. And now McFarlane is doing their thing. But I was like, oh my gosh, that Vixen figure is by far one of my favorite DC figures because she is on par with Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what happened.
Yeah. Hasbro has really started to pay attention, and now the import companies are struggling to justify their extreme cost when you take this new Mafex Iron Man they just showed.
Get out of here with that $150. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we're giving you a cannon, but the figure is not that much better than the Marvel Legends for $20. When you compare a $20 figure to $100 figure, it's $100 figure, and then with like a $20 accessory.
I'd be happy with my $20 Marvel Legend, and then you can buy that cannon from somebody for like $20-$30. Let's say $30, you bought that cannon from somebody. $50, I just saved myself $100.
Yeah.
Because that figure's not that great.
No, I mean, I've heard about a lot of joints on Mafex figures getting loose, and it's like, what, you're stuck with a $100 figure that's loose. Like, the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
okay.
and they didn't even do their homework with, like, you match that cannon.
It's an armor that it doesn't go to.
Yeah, it doesn't even match that armor.
Like, it needs to be, at least you could have gone a little bit more recent armor, and then it would kind of make a little bit more sense. But you totally went with the classic one that is nowhere near the age of that cannon.
Yeah. And then when you do throw in an alternate head, it's a fucking Alex Ross head that's supposed to be a gold figure. Like, why? You had a perfect opportunity to throw in the fucking horned helmet.
Yeah.
And that goes with that suit, and it's the right color, everything. And you
that horn head. Because no one's done the horn head.
Nope.
Hasbro did
me.
Like, you did that custom, that cool custom. and then
Which is a Toy Biz mold.
which Hasbro did it in, was it Return of Marvel Legends or it was the Iron Man line? They did the Hornhead, but it was so tiny though.
Tiny, yeah.
It would have looked better on this newer.
Yeah, they had a perfect opportunity and they blew it.
Dropping the ball. Yeah, because I've seen a lot of these imports, they're like, $50, $100, $75, $100. And you're like, my Marvel Legends is almost on par with that now. Better settle down with that price.
Yeah. The only recent Mafex thing I have on pre-order is the IG-11 and the Psylocke.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's one other, but I think that's pretty much it. Like, because the females Marvel Legends haven't, they haven't stepped it up enough. So
they still got a little ways to go.
Yeah, they're getting there, but yeah, not yet.
Like I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't join the Mafex bandwagon with the Batman Hush figures.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I wanted to do that in the beginning, and then I was like, oh, I think it was like $100 almost, with shipping and everything. Oh, it's gonna be $100 each figure. I don't know. And then a little while ago, I saw that they're making the Huntress, and she looks so good, and I was like, well, I can't get them now. I can't go backtrack now because prices are kind of getting ridiculous on some of them, like Superman and stuff. So I was like, well, there's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just the IG-11 and the Psylocke. Was the only imports that I have on pre-order. I had to check my email. Yeah, it's that's a good thing. It's saving money because I spent a fortune on fucking Iron Man figures.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Todd likes his Hall of Armor.
Yeah, I still have one that I haven't made room for. I have several more sets that I need to expand because I'm already out of room.
Did you buy? Because you bought some of those those Disney ones for those. Now, did you buy one for every armor, or just like a few sets?
What do you?
Like, did you buy enough to house every armor you have?
And then some.
Oh shit!
You gotta have, because you gotta have. They're gonna make more Iron Man figures, so you gotta have room to expand.
Now, that's something Todd needs to show one of these days. Is his Hall of Armor, because it'd be crazy.
Oh well, I mean I have a YouTube video showcasing what I had before I got a bunch more figures, so I've already expanded on that.
Yeah, people watch his videos.
People what?
I said people need to watch your videos.
Yeah, but I've got 6 sets assembled right now, and I have at least 3 more sets to add to it.
God dang.
Yeah.
I wish I had rectangular money.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got 6 sets assembled right now.
If I was as famous as Rectangular on YouTube, I'd have all the monies too. Shit.
I wish.
It's out of control.
I wish. Well, we've been going 2 hours. I think we've bored people enough, don't you think?
I think so. All right. Well, anything you want to pimp before we take off?
When I get back from vacation, which will be in about 2 weeks. Yeah. in about 2 weeks, I'll finally do my giveaway for that horn helmet.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So make sure you're following me on Instagram and subscribe to me on YouTube, because you will have to be doing both in order to win. And then I still got to figure out how I'm gonna do the giveaway. But I'll probably make some sort of post that you'll have to reshare.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, a few things before we go. Catch me tomorrow with the Toy Migos. I'll be hanging out with them and making fun of Adam's deep V's. What else? Oh, our next guest in the next few weeks, we'll have my favorite prop maker next to myself, Punker Mike. In a rare interview, we'll have Punker Mike. And before we go, we have to say why Todd is an amazing friend. Todd is an amazing friend because he is one of the most honest people I know. If you need someone to give you an honest critique on anything you have, say a custom figure or whatnot, Todd will give it to you straight. There's many of times where I've showed him stuff and he says, that looks a little wonky. He's not afraid to tell you the truth, and that's what makes him an amazing friend, is he tells you the truth even if you don't want to hear it. What is that? Oh, yeah. See, Michael Wisman knows. Todd is brutal with the honesty. But you know what? It's only because he's trying to make you better, because he is an amazing friend.
Aww.
All right. And I guess with that, we'll see you next time in 2 weeks. 2 weeks with Punker Mike. All right.
Thanks for having me on, man.
No problem. Thank you. And I hope you get more subscribers because, just kidding. All right. That's it. See you later, everybody. Peace.
Bye.